What's up, everybody? David, aka That Beard Guy Kansas City, here with you once again for another beard product review. For this review, it's going to be on a newer company. I've heard a lot of things both ways on this, and I'm not here to split the difference. I'm just here to tell you guys what I think, how a product worked for me, and move on from there.
Time to go beast mode.
So the company I'm going to talk about is Copper Johns. Their product launch was actually the first of this month, and they've gained a ton of traction. Everything's going great. People are loving the product. People are saying this and that. We've got videos. We've got clips. Family zombie ice cream things. What more could you ask for? And then there's been a shift in the tide. Maybe a couple questions about a couple things that are in a product. Questions like, why is there magnesium in beard oil? I have an equally important question. Why is there anything but oil in beard oil? That question can be argued and balked at many different ways, but it's like asking, why do you like milk in your cereal? Because when I add milk, I think it tastes better. So when different things are added to beard products, maybe it's to smell a certain way. Maybe it's not to smell a certain way. Maybe it's the great benefit it has for your beard. Copper Johns is out of Utah, named after a fly fishing reel. I don't know how many of you awesome beardsmen or maybe beardsmen's wives are expert fly fishermen. I am not. I live in Missouri. Fishing is not my thing, but inside the box was a really cool fly. Is that what they're called? Flies? It looks like a fly, so I'm going to go with fly. And I thought that was a really nice touch. I have had Copper Johns for a little bit now. I've been wearing it in beard 5 out of 7 days of the week for the last 4 weeks. So it's not like I've had this for 2 or 3 days and I'm chucking up an opinion.
Yahtzee!
In my Copper Johns collection, I have 5 oils and a couple of butters. I'm only going to hit on a couple scents in this review. I'll let you guys know what they all are. If you want to get more in depth, I recommend checking out the website and going to judge for yourself. So these are Copper Johns oil bottles. Real simple, straight to the point, nice amber glass, drip top, got his logo on the front, which I think is pretty cool. And then you have a bunch of pertinent information around the sides. So when we're talking about any beard oil, I think ingredients are important. I don't want my earlier comment of me just joking around to get taken too far. So let's look at what ingredients are actually in Copper Johns. We've got jojoba oil, meadow foam oil, argan oil, coconut oil, almond oil, sunflower oil, apricot oil, castor oil, vitamin E, and essential oils for fragrance. Feel like maybe I forgot something. Inland ionic sea minerals.
It's science.
I did save that one. And here's the deal with those. I did some research. Now, I'm not that guy to type in, what's the worst possible outcome of fill in the blanks on Google and throw that out for everybody to see. I'm also not a deep researcher. I read on a couple pages. I recommend you guys do the research yourself because I think that's best. Type in magnesium effects on hair and see what it says. Make sure you get a nice, actual proven website, not some beauty supply place that's doing their best to sell you their non-magnesium having shampoo. But inland sea minerals have actually been around for a long time. The Great Salt Lakes in Utah is actually where Copper Johns gets their supply from. And I was doing some really cool reading. I'm kind of into history. I'm not a history master, but I do like reading about it, and it came up in my research. So for hundreds of years, the native people to that area actually went to these great inland seas. I don't know if that's what it was called then. I'm sure it wasn't. For the healing properties that all of this stuff has. So when we're talking about inland sea minerals, again, I'm not an expert. I do know that magnesium is one of them. Selenium is one of them, which actually has a lot of really great benefits, and it hasn't been proven to be hard on your hair. Sodium is another one of the trace elements that you're going to find in inland sea minerals. And I was a bit concerned when I hear things like salt. I think of things like salt spray. I don't know if you guys have heard that lately, But salt spray, we all know, is horrible for your hair and for your beard. You can throw it in your hair, and it's kind of like a nice hipster gel, if you want to call it that.
He's like a hipster, right?
But when it comes to your beard, that's a big no-no. So I reached out, and the response I got is that after the refinement process, there is less than 1 microgram, which is like a lot, right?
Oh my God.
1 microgram's got to be everything in the bottle. How do they have room for all the other stuff with the 1 microgram of sodium that's inside the bottle? 1 microgram is really not even enough to show up if you were to do a test on it. You wouldn't even see the sodium on a graph test. So I don't know, guys. Again, it's up to you. I know I've been wearing it with the trace minerals in it for a while now, and I dig it. And that was probably the longest spiel you'll ever hear me say of having to explain anything. This oil does have a bit more of a cloudiness to it, and I can only assume that it is the inland sea minerals that give it that. I think it's an excellent blend. I think it feels great in my beard. You guys that know me know I'm a huge fan of castor oil because I have so much gray in my beard, and believe it or not, there's only more coming every day. Castor oil works really well for me, but I feel like this blend and the things that are thrown in there just do a great job. So Tyson, good job on your oil blend. Scent-wise, this scent is called Summer Citrus, and it's got a lot of the hints of citrus to it, but it's not, I can't put my finger on a grapefruit or an orange. It's just a nice summer citrusy scent. Scent duration, it isn't an all-dayer, right? This is maybe between 2 and 4 hour scent duration, which for me is good because I can put it on when I go to work in the morning, and when I get home from work, I don't have to worry about using a very harsh cleaner like a pine tar soap to get it out. Side note, I'm not really the guy that likes 14-hour scent profiles. These are 1-ounce bottles, and I would consider this a medium oil. It's not super heavy like other companies are. It's not real light. It's not a runny oil. It's more of a medium to heavy, in my opinion. This is Nightfall Cologne. This is one of the ones at first that I just wasn't a huge fan of. I'm not a big cologne wearer. I'm not a big cologne fan.
Time to musk up.
So it's hard for me to enjoy a cologne scent. But this one grew on me. It's a bit of a sneak up one. It's not, I can't even explain what type of cologne it is. It's a very manly, very night out, very I want to dress up and smell as good as I look type scent. Woodland Breeze. This is your regular woodsy scent, right? It's got some pine fir in it. It's got some eucalyptus in it. It's definitely an outdoors type scent, which, talking about Copper Johns, you know, being based on a fly fishing fly, being an outdoors type situation, if you're an outdoorsman, I really can't see you not liking this scent. For me, I don't enjoy the woodsy scents. I don't seek them out. About the only wood that I really enjoy the scent of is cedar. So with this not being a cedar scent, I'm not saying I disliked it. It just doesn't fit my scent palette. Backwood coffee. I'm going to let you guys guess at what this one is.
I'm brand new to coffee.
It's a vanilla coffee, and it does great. I've only recently come around to enjoying coffee scents, and this is one of the ones that I can tolerate. I don't think it's horrible. Like the very first coffee scent I ever tried really put me off to a bunch of different coffee scents. But with the vanilla in there, it tones it down a little bit, and I think it's definitely wearable for me. This, for me, is the star of the show. This is Mountain River. Mountain River is a smoky cedar and orange, and I know that I enjoy this one. Not only do I enjoy it, there's a couple key factors in me enjoying something. One, is my wife gonna hate it? Two, is my daughter gonna think it's horrible? And three, will my boss be able to be around me without telling me I smell horrible?
We have sort of a problem here.
This actually fits all of them, and the fourth one in that whole dimensional layout is that I thoroughly enjoy it. If I'm going to have something on my face, I have to like it. I really, really enjoy this scent, and if you like a smoky cedar and orange, it's not a fireside type smoke. It's a lot more subtle, and I think it's great. The orange is very very mellow. It's not overpowering, which is weird because normally when there's any amount of orange in anything, that's all it smells like. This is a really nice blend. I think it can actually be a really good fall scent as well. That's that. Copper Johns also offers these 2-ounce, again, amber glass, black plastic top, butters. As you can see, this butter's got an interesting color to it. Honestly, this butter's got a really interesting consistency. It's a thicker, when I say thicker, I mean really thick. I've heard other people describe it as like taking an actual stick of butter and putting it in a jar. And I think that's a really, really great analogy for it. I will say that you can smell a little bit of the carrier blend in it, but the scent profile takes over that. And I feel like when I put something in beard, there was another company, prime example, that their shea butter was a very overpowering scent. When you open the container, all you could really smell was the shea butter. But when you got it in beard, that shea butter scent pretty much melted away and you could smell the scent behind it. This is a lot like that. When I open this and smell it, I can smell the scent, but I can also smell some of the carrier blend. So when you get it, I say when, not if, when you get it, just know that when you first crack it open, make sure you do a heat test on it. Throw some butter in your hand, warm it up. And it's the same thing with oils. I don't know if you guys have noticed that sometimes oils smell different in the container than they do on your face or in your hand. So just don't give it a one sniff and pass. Ingredients on this. Take the carrier blend that I just talked about a little bit ago with the oils, add shea butter, and here you have the butter itself. So kept it nice and simple, kept it direct, and just rolled with it. Here is the butter out of the container. That's no pressure, just moving it around. Still is a little bit there. This is a firmer butter. Make sure you give it a good old rubbing, and there you go. All the stuff I just covered is available at the Copper Johns website, which is copperjohnsbeard.com. Now, I know I threw a whole bunch of science at you guys today, and I know there's been different opinions on this company. So all I can honestly tell you is what I think and how I think it feels. The overall review, feel in beard. I didn't get the crunchiness that other people are talking about. Inland sea minerals do take some time to work in your beard and in your system. It is topical, but that doesn't mean it's immediate. To get the effects of a product like this, you have to use them for a little while. A little while being between 14 and 21 days, which I've had the time to try. And I can honestly say, at the end of it, my beard feels great. I don't know if you guys can see how wonderful my beard is. And I'm not one to brag, but this is a nice man mane. In summation, it worked for me. And if it doesn't work for you, I'm positive that Tyson at Copper Johns will make it right. And also, keep in mind, I don't have any affiliates. I don't have one single, so I don't get paid to say this. I do what I do for the love of doing it. And because when I came into the beard community, there were so many people doing reviews that were there to help the newer people, that weren't out to destroy people or hurt them. But that's neither here nor there. Give Copper Johns a shot. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. If it does, it does. And I recommend sharing your feelings either way. If it was great for you, great. If it was horrible for you, say it was horrible. I think that is the best advice someone like me can give to someone watching this video. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider it. It does help the channel out. Last but not least, make sure if you do subscribe, you turn on the bell so you can get all the notifications when I drop another video. Ladies, gentlemen, it's been real. It's been fun. And as always, until I see you guys again, be awesome to each other.